Right, what I'm going to do is start this again, and I'm going to change this to T-pose and get rid of this star because I don't want it to give me any values from the at the beginning. Okay, it just starts with, it's all zeroed out. Well, this is the position and everything else is just zeroed out. Okay, so I have kind of more control there. So just as before, just do a little cone for the head. I'm going to be quite conservative with these shapes, okay, and I don't have a lot of twist often. Maybe a little bit on the head. Sorry, I'll do so like -5 to 5, and then the up vector is in the middle. That's fine. Let's do this one. Pull them out. Great, just that much. So yeah, they are the limits, but those limits can be violated with enough force, okay, and depending on your constraint values as well. Okay, so bear that in mind. It's not that the head will only move that much, it will move more. Okay, so let's see what else. The shoulder, I want this to be able to come down obviously to the body quite a bit this way, and kind of come forward a bit, back a little bit, but more forward. Let's make sure that it's actually inside the cone. And the twist for this, yeah, I think I'll have it, keep it at 0 and make sure, so if I press Shift and O, I get a shortcut to this up constraint, to the up vector, sorry. Good, press Enter to go back and then grab the elbow. Okay, press F to grab my cone. Bring it in that way. Press W to make sure we're going in the right direction. So if we look at the geometry, it should be able to bend more like this, right? You can see the outside and the inside of the elbow. So we need to twist this round. So we need the cone rotation handle, I believe. Yeah, twist that up. There we go, and press F. Okay, and I'm going to do that about there, and I think, yeah, I don't want any twist with this. And let's just bring that up vector in as well. Shift and O to bring that in. And then the wrist, press F. It's going to wireframe, there we go. And again, pretty conservative with this. Maybe we can give it a bit of a twist. We can either do it here with the values, or if we right click here, you can see we get this twist handle. You can also press Z as the shortcut. Give it literally just a bit like that. And the up vector's in the middle. Good. Now the spine. Press F to get my cone. Open that out. Okay, bring that like that. Okay, looks good. And then the up vector, I think I want 0, so let's line that up. About there, looks right. Okay, press Enter. Whoops. Or Enter. Oh, there we go. Down here. Grab this guy. Open it out. Just about that much, I think, is enough. I'm also being conservative because I've got all of these joints, you know. Often I just have one for the torso, so adding more collision geometry pieces will give me more flexibility already from the beginning. Okay, so the legs, let's do something like that, and a little bit of, looks like it needs to come out this way a bit. So what was it? Oh, I'll try and remember that. F to go back into my cone, open that out just a bit. And I don't want any twist with that. So Shift and O. When that, yeah, it seems to be stuck there, so I'm just going to go back into this other node, come back in, select it again, and hopefully, just kind of a weird bug. There we go. Maybe I'll bring that back. That, you know, it looks like it's not inside. Okay. Cool. And this one, press F. Come on. There we go. Okay, looks good. They're not exactly the same, but that's fine. Now the knee, so obviously no, they're just going to be rotating on one axis here. Okay, so I just keep it closed and no spin either. Pretty easy. There we go. The heels. The ankle, sorry. Heel is not there's not a joint. Just a little cone there. And the same on the other side. Okay, so, and the other arm. Okay, and open that out a bit. Did I give that some twist on the other side? I don't think so. Keep that at 0. Bring that down a bit more. And the elbow. Let's open that out. Twist, so what was it? Shift and, no, just O. That's it. Can remember the shortcuts now, finally. Bring that back a bit more to there. Looks good. And then line up the up vector, Shift and O. Stuck again. Select it, Shift and O, back. There we go. Very good. Oops. And just grab the wrist. Press F to get my cone handles. And drop them inside like that. I think the other one is a bit smaller actually. Okay, that seems okay. Let's cross our fingers. I'll save it first and take a look at the sim. Okay, so we're getting, looks like there's a problem maybe there with the spine. So let's take a look. Whoops, don't want to go inside. W. Okay, seems the problem was this joint here, so I think it needs to include the 3 bones there. So if I just twist that out sideways. And just get those bones within the boundary. Maybe if I press O and spin it round. Hopefully now it'll be more stable. There we go. That looks great now. So you can see that I've got the I got that turned on, but there's no gravity. So if there were any problems, you know, she would jolt. Let's see with this as well. There's a bit of a clack still, but almost nothing. So that's fine. Let's put the gravity back on. Revert to default. Maybe we can add some velocity as well in Z. Let's do, I don't know, 5. And just see how that looks. Okay, looks alright. Still a bit weird. Let's put this constraint force mixing up. So we get something a bit softer, spongier. It's a bit more organic there. So we should be able to just drop this. You know, it's not ideal, but the rig's pretty much identical for him. So let's see how that looks for him. Okay, not too bad. Can also add some, maybe let me just try this without any gravity as well. No, it seems okay. Hand a tiny bit, but who cares? It's not going to cause any problems. So yeah, you can do lots of fun stuff in here. You can leave without any gravity if you want. Nice one, and change the ground. You know, get him to bang into the wall or something like that. Not 50. That's a bit much. Let me move the ground back in Z. So you can start just playing around with stuff like that. And you can, if it's something simple, if you're just playing with the ragdolls, you know, you don't need to do anything complex. You can just do your simulation with this. You know, it's good for testing, but also, you know, or for breakdowns, things like that. So you can take a look inside here and you can see what we will be doing. We don't need to set up the attributes like this, maybe a couple, but later we'll be using this agent constraint network, which sets up the attributes for the contrast constraints and actually builds the constraints. And then you can see the constraints come out one side, the agents come out the other, and inside here we've got an actual simulation, and there you can see the collision geometry with the constraints applied. And this is the basic kind of adopt simulation setup that we'll be creating ourselves later on.